Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am currently staying at the Genetti Hotel in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and I'm here this week to work on an O-scale layout. I have some scenery to build. I have not yet seen the layout, although I have been sent a lot of pictures of it, so I know pretty much what to expect. So anyway, let's just head over there now and go take a look. Well, this is the basement train room. It's quite a good size. The area we're going to be working on this week is this unfinished area here. The customer is just in the process of getting the trains out of the way. But we have a peninsula here. It looks like it's about 6 feet wide by 12 feet long. And then head all the way around the end and join up with the scenery that he's already finished over this end. There's going to be some kind of a water feature in the front here, probably a sizable lake, although the plan is not necessarily to do that now because he's more concerned with getting me to do the bits that he can't easily reach at the back. Well, we've been at it all day. This is all we have time for day one, but we've got a lot done. This is 3.5 sheets of 2-inch foam. I left this bit in place because he was already happy enough with the shape of it, so we'll just blend it in. That's going to be cut down a bit above the retaining wall, make it a little bit uneven, or quite a lot uneven actually. We've got the tunnels and retaining walls in place. We've got tunnel liners in. They go about 15 inches in. The portals were too wide to fit with these two tracks being close together, so we cut the top out and then put new keystones in out of styrofoam. At the moment they look horrible because they're bright green, but once they're painted they should look a lot better. Got a retaining wall in here. This section here is actually a lift out hatch so that we can still access the top of the hill, which is a long way from the aisle, and that'll be cut down a bit lower here. He wants to get the ridge as high as possible without running out of space. It doesn't really have a lot of width. The original plan was at the narrow point to have this go through a short tunnel, but we decided against it. We're going to go with a cut instead, not quite as high. Well, I've just arrived on the morning of day 2. The mountain is all set up from yesterday. The paint, or the gripper that we've been using to glue it together, is nicely hard. The task for today is to get all this rough shaped. We're hoping that we can get the rough shape done on everything that we stuck together yesterday, and then finish off the areas we haven't quite done. There's going to be some high ground in here where this mound of offcuts is, and we still need to finish it around the post, and if we have time, fill in this as well. But as I said, the main task is to get everything we've already done shaped. So I'm just going to turn the camera off and start making a mess. Well, it's now about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on day 2. Most of the foam carving has been done. This area we haven't touched yet. The customer's not quite sure what he wants to do here. I suggested we cut it down and put a lake. He's not sure about that. So by leaving it as it is for the time being, he has options later. He did cut down in front of the track work here. Now if we look around this side, we see a great big gaping hole in the side of this mountain because we've run out of foam. My estimate was a bit off. I asked for 4 sheets. We've used every bit of it. I should have said 5. Anyway, I'm going to use the rest of the day to get the plaster cloth on the areas that are going to be covered with plaster. Okay. I've just arrived for the morning of day 3, and the original plan was to start plaster carving immediately, but the customer realized he didn't have as much plastic as he thought he did, and since there's a nice carpet in here we want to protect it, so he's gone to Lowe's to get another roll of plastic. While he's gone, I am just working on this area over here. Remember yesterday I said that we ran out of foam? Well, there's some more foam here now. I've just installed this tunnel portal and I've got to build up the rest of the mountain around it. So I'm just going to get to work. I might even get this finished by the time he gets back from the store. I've just arrived on the morning of day 4. So what you see here is 3 days effort. We're making fairly good progress. Yesterday I carved 50 pounds of plaster of Paris. I started with the outcrop in this top corner. I worked my way around, hitting all the rock areas. I got all the way around the end of the peninsula, as far as here. This morning I'm going to finish the rock work all the way around this tunnel. Customer wants to go for a rock-free hill around this tunnel. I'm going to come back and shape this later. Didn't have time yesterday. I was trying to get as much of the plaster work done as I could. And then hopefully today we'll also get the sculptor mould in. So we're now at the halfway point as far as the time. I think we're in good shape to get it finished. Well, we had another good progress day yesterday. Got the rest of the rock work finished, everything stained, and all the sculptor mould in. We didn't quite have enough sculptor mould, so there's a few areas where we haven't done it. This area here where there was no pink foam has just been painted, and I see the customer has been playing around with some ground cover. And also we haven't done the area in front of the track yet. That is something the customer can easily do by himself after I've left. Just further back, it's a reach issue. And we didn't go all the way past this tunnel just in case you ran out. We've got a little bit left, just enough for one more batch, just in case you have some touch up to do. So the first order of business today is to dry brush the rocks, and then it's ground cover and trees. Well, this is what the rock looks like now that I've got the dry brushing on. Everybody sees colour differently, but to my eyes this looks very similar to what I'm seeing between here and the hotel each morning. At the moment the tunnel portals and retaining walls are the same colour because I've done them with the same palette. Customer has asked me to put another black wash on the man-made bits just to darken them up a bit. He wants a little bit of contrast in colour, so I'm going to do that, and then it's on to planting trees. Well, here is the layout after 5 days. So this is the morning of day 6. It is the last work day here. The customer did a lot of cleaning up last night. Yesterday morning did all the rock colouring, and then the rest of the day we were planting trees. We both did them together because customer tells me this is the part of the project that he enjoys the most, and he wasn't about to hand all the fun over to me. I completely lost count of how many trees there are there. They're all very small, probably too small for O scale if the truth be known, but we're going for the bigger picture here. Make it look like the hill goes on forever, kind of forced perspective. We try to put some bigger ones at the front, but we ran out. There are some more arriving today, and we'll continue this afternoon when they get here. But this morning he says he has something else for me to get on with. Not quite sure what that's going to be, so I'll just turn the camera off now and get to work. Well, here is the layout. This is how much we were able to accomplish in 6 days. I say we because the customer was working right alongside with me. There were several steps that we were just going at it together. We got all his buildings put back in place. We ran out of trees, and then we had some more made and ran out again, which is why this area is just a temporary stump field. He's going to finish this when he has more trees, but for the time being that'll work. We haven't bothered with the areas in front of the track. He's perfectly capable of doing that by himself. He wanted to get all the far-reaching stuff done. Wanted to make sure that all the stuff that was difficult to reach has been finished, and we have achieved that. My flight doesn't leave for a few hours, so the plan is this morning just to hang out, run some trains and take some videos. Well, that just about wraps up this scenery building trip. I'll be checking out of the hotel in a few minutes and then be on my way home. The customer is very happy. We've got a lot more done than he thought we would. In every job like this, my goal is to exceed the customer's expectations, and he tells me that I have achieved that. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to sign out of this video now. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.